Leadership. Leadership can be thought of as a capacity to define oneself to others in a way that clarifies and expands a vision of the future. What is the leadership? Leading people, influencing people, commanding people, and guiding people. Leadership is the ability to influence people towards the achievement of the good goals. It plays a central part in understanding group behavior, for it's the leaders who usually provides the direction towards goal attainment. Leaders are needed to create the vision, to challenge the status quo, and to inspire organizational members to achieve the visions. When you boil it down, contemporary leadership seems to a matter of aligning people towards common goals and empowering them to take the actions needed to reach them. Factors of leadership: follower, situation, leader, and communication. Follower. Different people require different styles of leadership. For example, a new hire requires more supervision than an experienced employee. A person who lacks motivation requires a different approach than one with a high degree of motivation. You must know your people. The fundamental starting point is having a good understanding of human nature, such as needs, emotions, and motivations. You must come to know your employees, be, know, and do attributes. Leader. You must have an honest understanding of who you are, what you know, and what you can do. Also note that it is the followers, not the leader, who determines if a leader is successful. If they do not trust or lack confidence in their leader, then they will be uninspired. To be successful, you have to convince your followers, not yourself or your superiors, that you are worthy of being followed. Communication. You lead through two-way communication. Much of it is non-verbal. For instance, when you set the example that communicates to your people that you would not ask them to perform anything that you would not be willing to do. What and how you communicate either builds or harms the relationship between you and your employees. Situation. All are different. What you do in one situation will not always work in another. You must use your judgment to decide the best course of around the leadership style needed for each situation. For example, you may need to confront an employee for inappropriate behavior, but if the confrontation is too late or too early, too harsh or too weak, then the results may prove ineffective. Managers versus leaders. Managers focus on things, but leaders focus on people. Managers do things right, but leaders do the right things. Manager plan, organize, direct, control, follow the rules, but leaders inspire, influence, motivate, build, and shape the entities. Theories of leadership: charismatic theories, trait theory, behavioral theory, and contingency theory. Fascinating leadership. Charismatic leadership: followers make attributions of heroic or extraordinary leadership abilities when they observe certain behaviors. Key characteristics: vision and articulation, personal risk, environmental sensitivity, sensitivity to follower needs, unconventional behavior. Trait theory. Leadership trait theory is the idea that people are born with certain character traits. Some traits are particularly suited to leaders, thus others follow. People who make good leaders have the right combination of traits, that is, personal qualities and characteristics. It basically involves around the Big Five model: extroversion, agreeableness, consistency, emotional stability, openness to experience. Characteristics of successful leaders. Trait or characteristics description: drive, desire for achievement, ambition, high energy, tenacity, initiative. Honesty and integrity, trustworthy, reliable, open. Leadership motivation, desire to exercise influence over others to reach shared goals. Self-confidence, trust in own abilities. Cognitive ability, intelligence, ability to integrate and interpret large amount of information. Knowledge of the business, knowledge of industry, relevant technical matters. Creativity, originality, flexibility, ability to adopt needs of followers and requirements of situations. Behavioral leadership, power orientation, leadership as a continuum. Employee production orientation, OYO. Likkert's management system, managerial grid, tri-dimensional grid. First is power orientation, autocratic leadership, participative leadership, free-rein leadership. Autocratic leadership, in this type of trait, leaders decides decision in passed on to subordinates. Instructions about the implementation of decision is given and the subordinates are expected to do what the leaders has told them to do. Participative leadership. There are related types of participative leaders. Consultative leaders solicit opinions from group before making a decision. Yet they do not feel obliged to accept the group's thinking. These leaders make it clear that they alone have final authority to make final decisions. Consensual leaders encourage group discussions on an issue and then make a decision that reflects the general agreement of group members. These leaders delegate more authority to the group than the consultative style. Democratic leaders confer final authority on the group. They function as collectors of opinion and take a vote before making a decision. These leaders delegate full authorities to the group. Free-rein leadership, also called laissez-faire. Free-rein leader chooses not to adopt a leadership role, actually abdicates leadership position, generally relinquishing it to someone else in the work group. Leadership as a continuum. Manager makes decisions and announces. Manager sells decisions. Manager presents ideas and invites suggestions. Manager presents tentative decisions subject to change. Manager presents problems, gets suggestions and make decisions. Manager define limits, asks groups to make decisions. Manager permits subordinates to function within limits defined by superior. Maximum freedom to subordinates and minimum use of authority by manager.